What's up, idols? It's CC Lesson 3. Welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Y'all, I swear I was not going to talk about this. That's why it's been, what, 2.5 weeks, and I have not talked about this. I haven't uttered a word, but now I feel like I have to because things are getting out of hand. So, when I first heard about the Suga DUI scandal, I was disappointed. Obviously, I was like, oh, bro, come on. I was like, I'm not going to say nothing because I don't know anything. I'm going to let the law do what the law does, and he'll be held accountable if he did something. He'll be found innocent if he didn't. And I'm not gonna lie, I also thought that based on the way people were reacting to this was more of K-pop fans blindly defending their oppars. Like, it seemed like that, where they're like, he didn't do anything, he wasn't even that drunk, he was walking. I thought a lot of people were trying to downplay it and just give him a pass because he's Suga and he's sexy and incredibly talented. Because a lot of fans, period, will blindly defend the people they admire. Do y'all know how many people still message me and tell me that I'm the devil because Sungi was trafficking women?
Stop the cap.
They'll say it was so obvious he was innocent. I'm like, yeah, it's so obvious that he was convicted and in prison for it. Clearly an innocent man. Listen, when you're on the outside looking in, there's a lot you don't know. So the cops, judges, and lawyers know a lot more than we do from outside of the bubble, you know? But within the last few weeks of this whole DUI incident, I feel like it exposes a much bigger problem in Korea. I did my best to find the most unbiased report of what happened on that fateful night, and this is the best I could come up with because there's a lot of media people and organizations and fans online making it seem like it was worse than it was, and a lot of people making it seem like it wasn't as bad as it was or whatever, upplaying and downplaying it. So this is the most neutral one I found. On the night of August 6, 2024, Suga was allegedly driving an electric scooter in Hannam-dong in Seoul, South Korea. When he fell, he was recognized by a police officer who detected alcohol. After being breath tested at a police station and because he had a BAC, blood alcohol concentration, level of at least 0.08, he was fined and his license was revoked. He and his label both issued a statement for the situation in which he said he had been drinking at a meal and he apologized. On August 8, 2024, the police announced that they were investigating Suga on charges of violating South Korea's Road Traffic Act. The Military Manpower Administration stated they would not address the matter separately as the incident was a personal issue that happened outside of working hours. I wasn't planning on talking about this because I am biased as a BTS fan, but also I'm one of those people that think that if you commit wrongdoings of any kind, then yes, you need to be held accountable. Like, I'm not gonna make excuses for you. I'm not gonna blindly defend you. I'm gonna be like, well, damn, that sucks and you should be accountable. And based on the statement he released himself, he also was like, look, I fucked up, I should be held accountable. But here's the problem. Yes, when it was first reported that he had a DUI, obviously that sounds really bad. That's really dangerous. A lot of people can get hurt. There can be a lot of potential damage. So I was like, oh my God, like he was driving, like that's so bad. But then when you see the video, when you see the CCTV, and you see how slow he was going, and he was on the pavement, and no one was hurt, and there was no damage, it's like, come on, son. Like, why are y'all making this something that is not? He looked like driving Miss Daisy out there, like he was barely going. One thing I will say, I feel like Suga falling in front of his place is like the most Suga thing to do ever. To make it home safely and then fall, turn in a corner, is like, missed it by that much. And I don't mean to make light of this, I just feel like it's a real problem how people are trying to sensationalize this to make it something way bigger, way more violent, way more dangerous than it actually was. And I'm gonna get into why I think that is in a minute. People are starting rumors saying that he was passed out drunk on the pavement. People are saying he's leaving BTS. And people are even claiming that ARMY started the Suga Challenge in support of him when it was actually started by antis, like people who don't like BTS, where they're behind the wheel of a car holding a bottle of alcohol saying like, Suga Challenge, we stand with you. No, that's not ARMY's. No, his fans are not doing that. It's the anti-fans doing that. No, he was not passed out in the street. No, he is not leaving BTS. And no, ARMY did not start this challenge to support him. Like I said, I don't think people should downplay what happened, but I also don't think people should exaggerate it and make it seem like it was worse than it was. I feel like people are making it seem like scooters are like this massive danger in Korea. And while I will say, I do know that in Korea, some of the scooters, based on the speeds that they can reach, you need a driver's license to be able to drive them. So I get it, they can be dangerous, they can cause harm, sure. But I feel like a lot of Korean fans use that as an excuse to like shut us international fans up. Like, you don't know about Korean law, you don't know about the danger and the risk. I've lived in Korea. And he was drunk, right? And I feel like it's commendable that he chose to take a scooter instead of driving a vehicle. But on the other side of the spectrum, there were a lot of people saying that it was no big deal. A 0.08 is the same as like having a beer or two, when it's not. It's actually like having 4. Like it's drunk. You're drunk at that point. Like I said, the reason I personally feel like this is no big deal is because no one was hurt. He wasn't hurt. There was no damage done. He fell right there. He was home already. He even had on his helmet. Like, that's wholesome. Like I said, I don't want to blindly defend him. I was gonna be quiet about this whole thing and let the law do what the law does, but this is snowballing into something bigger, and the bigger problem in South Korea. There have been many idols who have done far worse than him, who have not been held to this level of scrutiny and scandal and sensationalism. I feel like the problem with all this is because BTS is so massive, so influential, so successful, so well known, so famous, people have been waiting for any sort of thing they can cling to as a downfall. It's been 11 years and they have not had a scandal. There's been many who've tried. There's so many, like the cult thing that was a few months ago. That girl who got Wonho kicked out of Monsta X and B.I. kicked out of iKON. She also tried to say she was clubbing with V, trying to get him kicked out of BT. Like, a lot of people have tried to bring them down, okay? And that's why they're making this a bigger deal than it is. The media, like fans and K-netizens and netizens online will always talk and always gossip. And that's bullying in itself. Like, that's a whole nother thing, which we'll probably get into in this video as well. But right now I want to talk about the media. The fact that the news outlet, like these news organizations, rushed to try to be the first to release this footage of Suga driving drunk on a scooter and release the wrong clip to the public just shows you how news and media want to be first. They don't care if they're accurate or right anymore. They just want to be the first to talk about it. They want the most engagement, the most clicks, the most views. They want the most traffic on their website, their news channel, whatever. And yes, that happens in the States too. I'm not saying this is a Korea exclusive issue. What I'm saying is, I think it's worse in Korea. Like even on CNN or MSNBC or Fox News. Well, actually no, Fox News, because they won't bother correcting themselves. But here I go again, about to make y'all mad about politics. But yeah, they'll say, breaking news, though this can't be confirmed, we're getting reports that says XYZ. It's like, well, why would you report on it and call it breaking news if you can't confirm it? You can't validate it. Shut up until you can.
I don't wanna wait.
The reason I think this leads to a bigger issue in Korea specifically is because they have this obsession with scandals. And I've talked about this many times on my channel, but in South Korea, everything is a scandal when you're famous. I mean, social media overall has this issue with cancel culture and people looking for reasons to be mad and outraged, even if it's something that happened like 17 years ago. Like, people look for reasons to be upset because they want to cancel you, they want to be outraged and offended. That's just where we are today. But in Korea, if you're a celebrity, you can't date without it being a scandal. In Korea, you can't go out for drinks without it being a scandal. People will speculate about who you're dating if it's two young, attractive people together. Oh, they must be dating. And then it becomes fact. Speculations around cheating or drugs or gambling. Wearing a certain outfit is a scandal. I remember Jennie hitting a vape and people tried to make that like this big thing and oh, Jennie from Blackpink being canceled. She smoked vape inside. Like, I'm not a smoker and I don't vape, but I'd rather smell vape smoke than cigarette smoke. And look, I don't know what happened. I know she was in Europe somewhere, but they smoke everywhere anyway. But you get what I'm saying. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Why did that become like global headlines, a sensationalized article? Allegations alone can become fact and scandal. It's just an allegation. It's just an accusation. It's not fact. It's not been proven. But it being put out there is enough for it to be fact. And yeah, like, the news dies down and people start talking about the next crazy scandal, but I feel like these allegations, these scandals, these stories does like long-term psychological damage, and it damages their reputations, even when it wasn't ever proven true. The bigger the star, the better for the slander and the scandal. Look what happened to Lee Sun-kyun. He killed himself because he was under some bullshit drug investigation. They made that an absolute spectacle, and he felt like it was ruining his career. A side note, it does absolutely blow my mind every time I think about the fact that someone's personal drug use would get them more severely and harshly punished than if they like assault another whole person or cause harm to another person. If I assault a child or a woman, I get a suspended sentence. I might get a year, but if I do drugs myself, I get like 5. But anyway, such a scandal made him commit suicide. Right after Christmas too, dude. Suicide is another serious problem in South Korea we've had to talk about a lot on this channel. I googled it just Curious where South Korea ranked? I looked up the countries with the highest suicide rate, and it was Lithuania, Russia, and South Korea. And South Korea was number 1. The same people who give into all this tea and this drama and can't wait to add their own little rumor and twist on it and give into the spectacle and click these news articles that they know are bullshit, but they just want to see what's going on. The ones that talk about other people online and speak negatively about them and they're mean and they're bullies are the same ones who are like, oh my god, RIP, I'm so sorry that happened, fly high. Huh? Who knows what Suga's going through right now, right? Because BTS is they're under such a spotlight globally, like they're icons, they're well known everywhere. He probably feels like he messed up majorly. He's probably under so much pressure and so much stress right now. And every time I keep seeing these articles pop up, just trying to give more into this it's driving me insane. Oh my god. Everything that all this is doing to his reputation, to the group's reputation, there's success, their status as being like a squeaky clean boy group. I'm sure he feels like absolute crap because of this right now. Another side note, also, isn't it absolutely insane that when a celebrity is even accused of something, their name is public, it is immediately put out there. But if a normal non-famous person in Korea confesses to murdering someone or is accused of raping someone or is accused of stalking someone, their identity is forever sealed until they're convicted. They'll be known as L, Mr. Park. But when it's a celebrity, we know everything. Oh, actor the so-and-so was accused of doing this. Just accused, not proven, but we all have to know their name. We all have to know that before the investigation is concluded. You can be accused of the most heinous crime in South Korea and your identity will be protected. But if you're a celebrity accused of anything, everybody has to know about it. Also, in South Korea, it is very difficult to hold someone accountable for putting out false information. Sure, defamation suits are easy to file and to come by, but they're hard to prove. These media outlets have a lot of protection. They can type up any BS that they know is going to get eyeballs on their site or their post or their blog or their blog, whatever. They can say whatever. They can put whatever in the title, whatever in the thumbnail. They can say whatever and then just retract it later. Delete, it never happened. It's hard to hold them accountable. A lot of people know BTS, so this is perfect for them. The bigger the celebrity, the more sensationalized it all gets. This is no joke. Like, I am really genuinely worried about Suga. Like, in his music over the years, he has not been shy about his own mental issues and personal demons. So I can only imagine what he's going through right now. And God forbid, please, I got everybody, send positive vibes to him. I know he'll never see this video. I'm nobody.
A girl has no name.
But I do hope that he knows that that most of us are on their side. Most of us knows this is bullshit. Everybody is getting in a frenzy about nothing and making it a big deal. Like the fact that this is even called a DUI when he was on a scooter and on the sidewalk. So yeah, for the past few weeks, people have been asking me, oh my god, what do you think about Suga? Have you heard about what happened with Suga? And the way I feel is I had nothing to say because I'm gonna let the law do what the law does over there. It's not my place. I'm not gonna speculate and make it seem like it wasn't as bad as it was or make it seem like it was worse than it was. I wasn't gonna say anything until the verdict comes out or whatever because I'm not the one doing the investigation. So I feel like the media isn't news anymore. They're just gossip, speculation, and tea. And again, I said this in the video I just uploaded. That's what people naturally, humans, gravitate towards. I'm not saying it's right, but it is what it is. Like, I don't know, I just feel like there is no reason to announce that you're investigating like the scooter type. Like what relevance does that have? You just want to have something else to add to this investigation and the scandal and the sensation. A fresh article, this will make people click on it. Now we're gonna know more about the scooter he was driving. It's irrelevant. So yeah, I don't want this video to be too long. I just wanted to talk about the fact that it really bothers me that in South Korea, everything is a scandal. So much gets sensationalized. Like, certain people can get a pass, but if you're a really big idol, big artist, big celebrity, they will say anything so that they can have something to report on. And yet people have been absolutely waiting for BTS to do something or slip up or get caught slipping. And this is why they're taking a scooter incident and turning it into like a massive thing. They're like, he's going to jail, he's getting kicked out of BTS. We don't know any of that. We don't know what's going on. So I feel like people should not talk about it until we know exactly what's going on. It would have been really nice if after what happened to Lee Sung-kyun, for example, made people realize, we should probably stop doing this. There's no reason for people who are under an investigation, no matter how valid or how bogus, for it to be out there in the public before it's concluded, because you just ruined their reputation for nothing. You put all this spotlight and scrutiny on them for no reason. Like, it's when someone is falsely accused of being like a pedo. Even when they're proven innocent, people are always going to be looking at them like, but did they do it? Could they do it? Like, these allegations surely wouldn't come from nowhere. So it bothers me. It really, really bothers me. Meanwhile, you got people like the Burning Sun creeps who were all found guilty of what they did. Filming girls, R-wording girls, trafficking girls, drugging girls, and filming it, molka, and they're all out. Literally, they're all out and they're free. And this is what y'all are focusing on? Suga driving a scooter on a sidewalk, home, no one was hurt, he wasn't hurt, there was no damage. Yes, he technically broke the law and he should be held accountable, whether it's a fine, that whether he doesn't get his license back for a year or two, whatever the case is, I get it. He should be held accountable. But priorities, man, that's all I'm gonna say. So, thank you for watching. If you did, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Annyeong!